Okay, so this is how I bottle sour beer. I do take a few shortcuts. Might not be the best way to bottle all kinds of beer, but this is the way I bottle my sour beers. First off is bottle cappers. So I have two bottle cappers. I have the Italian capper. This just caps regular bottles, regular caps. I also have the Red Wing capper. Red Wing capper is more modular. You can take the bell out and replace it. I have two bells. I have the regular 26 millimeter cap bell and 29 millimeter cap bell. You see there's a little difference there. Also on the Red Wing capper, you can pop these plates out with a flathead screwdriver. You just pop the plate out with a hammer and a screwdriver on this side here, and you flip it around. That's why I keep both of the cappers, so I don't have to mess around with the wings here. So caps, I have both size caps, 26 and the 29 millimeter cap, to fit whatever bottle I happen to have. Kind of collect a mixture of Belgian bottles, which I'll show you right now. So here's two examples of 750 milliliter bottles. You can see this one right here has a bigger, you might not be able to see that, but it has basically the 29 millimeter width on the head there. Very, very solid glass. It has the punt. This one is 26 millimeters, but you need the 29 millimeter wings on the red capper to fit this, or else you'll crack the bottle. I do have some 750s that use the 26 millimeter cap and use the 26 millimeter connector for the wings, or whatever you want to call it, and that's why I keep this one around. Sugar, this is the way I do it. I use carb drops. I'll line up all my bottles, drop carb drops into each bottle, and then I'll start filling each bottle. Another thing that might interest you is the way that I bottle. I bottle directly out of the primary fermenter. This is the primary fermenter. Well, it's actually secondary because I have fruit in this. I'll hook up my bottling wand directly to the auto siphon, and I will bottle directly that way. Next up is yeast. Yeast, I usually use a champagne yeast. This is EC1118. I've used the yellow red star a lot. This one I made an acid shock starter, or acid tolerance starter, whatever you want to call it, based off of the information on the Sour Hour. I also read that study and did a write-up on Milk the Funk. If you want to read up on that, go to the Saccharomyces page on Milk the Funk Wiki. This was a two-step starter, so it started out with 250 milliliters of apple juice, 250 milliliters of sour beer, and 1 gram of dried yeast. I've never done this before. It's the first time I'm doing it. I let that starter go for a day. Then I added another 500 mils of apple juice. There was definitely activity during the starter, and I just use a little dropper to take about 1 mil of yeast slurry, and I drop it into each bottle as I cap it. And I'll see if I can demonstrate all this right now. Generally, I'll add the carb drops to a bunch of bottles at once, but just to demonstrate, I'm just going to add them right now. Now, I don't use a lot of sanitizer when I bottle sour beers, but I am very clean. It's very important to be clean. So I'll do 3 carb drops for these 750 bottles, 1 carb drop for the 375 bottles, and 2 carb drops for like a 22 ounce or something like that. I like these thick glasses, these thick glass bottles, and this is, you know, just regular bottling technique at this point. And now at this point, I'll go ahead and add some yeast slurry. I give it a good stir every now and then. Just make sure that the slurry is all mixed up. That's all the yeast you need for bottle conditioning sour beers, or any other kind of beers for that matter. You want to use a low cell count so that you have not very much sediment on the bottom of the bottle. The amount is like 10% of the cell count that you would normally use for like a primary fermentation. So that's the rule of thumb there. So since this is the 29 millimeter diameter, I've got a 29 millimeter diameter bell. It's going to screw on like so. You kind of got to screw this on gently, or else it will lose the threading. It's just rubber inside of there. And 29 millimeter cap. and you know the rest. There we go. Cheers, thanks for watching. Nectarine sour beer.